Hello everybody. So this is going to be my first story time. Now I was thinking, like, what do you talk about all the time? What is your story time going to be about? I decided my first story time is going to be about the time when I did not know I was in labor. Okay, it was an awful experience. Let me tell you about it. I'm gonna tell you about it. So the reason I picked this topic is because that's something everybody always asks me about. People always say, how did you know you were pregnant? Or how they ask me all kind of baby, pregnancy, children questions, because I have a plethora of children. I have 6 children. So people ask me questions all the time, especially because I gave birth natural to all of my children. I have questions about natural births. So I'll tell you about my first experience with natural birth. And like I said, I did not know I was in labor. So let's get into the story. So it is June 16th, 2008. It's like 12:30 a.m. and I was watching TV. I started getting sleepy, you know, I could feel it coming on, and I was at that uncomfortable stage. I was 38 weeks pregnant. And so I would always wait and stay up to make myself tired so I could just go to sleep, so I wouldn't be laying and tossing and turning, pregnant, big, and uncomfortable. So what I did was I went to go and lay down. But my mind, like in my mind, it kept telling me, get up, Ronnie, get up. Get up, girl. You not about to lay down right now. And I swear to God, I was like, I would lay down, like literally, like, boom, get right back up. Because in my mind or my body, whatever, that natural junk that was going on kept saying, get up. Like, it's not sleep time, get up. So I went and I was on my phone, you know, texting or whatever, and I could not sleep. So then I got up and I went into the living room. So I turned the TV on in the living room and I watched TV for a while, and my mind was like, get up, get up. I swear to God, this intuition, something kept telling me to get up. So, and I could not sit down. I wasn't hurting or anything. I just could not physically sit down or lay down. My body just kept telling me to get up. So, being the genius I am, I walked back and forth between my room and the living room watching TV. I was watching Full House because, you know, Full House plays all night long, or it did then. I don't know if it still does, but I was watching Full House, and I kept walking back and forth my room and the living room, not knowing walking speeds up labor. So I kept walking back and forth, and my mom she came out of the room like scared the shit out of me, for real. I was like, what are you doing? And she looking at me like, what are you doing? And I said, I don't know. I cannot sleep. I cannot sit down. She was like, oh my God, are you hurting? I was like, no, Ma, I just cannot sleep. I cannot sit down. And she was like, okay, crazy, whatever. So she kind of tried to stay up and talk to me to see if I was lying about hurting. So boom, I turned her TV to Nick at Night, and I watched Full House on her television. And eventually, let me tell you one thing about my mom. My mom will go to sleep anywhere, anytime. It doesn't matter. She went to sleep on me. She went to sleep. So her bed was really, really, really high. So instead of me sitting down on the bed, I was kind of like just leaning on it. And then, you know what I started doing again? Walking. Her room, living room, my room. Her room, living room, my room. Her room, living room, my room. All the way until about 6 o'clock in the morning. It was crazy, and I promised to God I had no pain. Now my back started hurting a little bit, like I had like a little lower backache, but I had been walking all night. I didn't think nothing of it. So my mom gets up, she's waking my brother up. He has to go to summer school. A little brother had to go to summer school. So she's gonna go take him to summer school. And she was like, well, if your back hurts, girl, maybe you could take my mom. This is my mom telling me this. She said, if your back is hurting, you know, just take you a shower, relax, wind down. I'm sure once you take a shower, you'll be refreshed. You'll be ready to lay down. So she leaves me at the house. My little sister was there, but she had to have been asleep. I don't really know what she does with her life. I have no idea. I believe she was asleep though. More than likely she was asleep. So I go and I listen to my mom and I go and take a shower. Now I'm basically home alone because my little sister is little. She can't help me at all. And then this pain starts coming. It really starts coming. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna take a shower. I sat down in the shower. I'm just sitting there like, this is stupid. This isn't doing anything for me. This hot water is pissing me off. So I got out of the shower. The moment I stepped, like this, the bathtub, shower, as soon as my foot stepped out, this little mucusy thing had hit the floor. It was like bloop, 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 straight out on the floor. Bloop. And I was like, ew, what is that? Where did it come from? You know, so I was like, that's nasty. Okay. So I didn't tell my mom about this. The little nasty thing. I'm thinking, you know, I don't know what it was. So I just get some tissue, pick it up, trash can, or no, I flushed it down the toilet. And I put my clothes on. I text my kid's dad, and I said, you know, my back's kind of hurting. My back is kind of hurting. I just thought I'd let you know. And he said, he calls me, he's like, you want me to go to work or should I not go to work? What should I do? You need to tell me right now because I have to be to work right now. And I said, go to work, don't worry about it. I've been up all night, I'm about to go to sleep. And he's like, okay. He didn't know, his first kid, first timers, we didn't know. So my mom gets back and she's like, why aren't you asleep? What are you doing? How are you feeling? What's going on? Let me feel your belly. I'm like, Mom, I'm okay. Like, my back hurts a little bit. I'm okay. And then, this is when things started getting real. But it's going to jump back to me not knowing I was in labor again. So, my mom calls my aunt now. That's her only sister. My mom is my mom. My aunt is my dad. Okay? Mom is mom. Aunt is dad. She calls my aunt who's already at work, and she said, well, what's going on with her? And my mom said, she's saying her back is hurting. She's been up all night walking around. And my aunt was like, that girl is having back labor. All the pain is in her back. I had that. Da da da. And my mom was like, okay, she's doing okay right now. She's doing okay. Well, the pain started coming, and it was coming. Let me tell you, that pain came out of heaven itself. It started coming. Okay, so when I started feeling pain, you know, I was still walking around, moving, like my stomach was hurting, da 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 da, blah blah blah. So I kept feeling like I had to pee. It was like I kept going to the bathroom, back and forth, back and forth. And my mom was like, what are you doing? I was like, I gotta pee, but it ain't coming out. And she was like, you gotta pee? I was like, yeah, Ma, I really gotta pee. It's like that urge. Like, I was like, damn, I gotta pee. Like, when you be in the tight, when you gotta cross your legs, then I would go to the bathroom and then I wouldn't pee. You know, I would try, but I wouldn't. So my mom was like, girl, I hope you didn't get a UTI or something like that. And I was like, I don't know. You know, so boom, I start thinking, dang, maybe I got a UTI. Where was I? My kid was waking up, and I always try to record when he's taking a nap. But where was I? So my mom is telling me, girl, maybe you got a UTI. You know, you saying your back is hurting and stuff. And I was like, maybe I got a UTI. I don't drink a lot of water. I don't know. So so then I'm back and forth to the bathroom, One time when I was in the bathroom, when I sat down or when I stood up, some water kind of trickled out, and I was like, am I peeing on myself? And so when I went to take a step, some more water trickled out, and I was like, did my water break? I don't know. So I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I think my water broke. And she was like, oh my God, oh my God. Ah. Started going all crazy and stuff. And so she's like, you really think your water broke? You really think your water broke? And I was like, Mom, is water coming out of me? I don't know. Now listen, I did not know that, you know, I'm still thinking I could possibly not have the baby. She's like, call your midwife. Call Courtney. Call your midwife. And I was like, okay. So I called the midwife, and the midwife is like, you know, this is your first time. A lot of pregnant women pee on themselves. Come on into the office and we'll do a strip test to see if your water actually broke. And I told her I had been up all night, my back was hurting. She kind of like brushed it off like, this girl ain't in labor. So let me tell you, and this is the truth, it happened every single one of my pregnancies. Once your water breaks, that pain comes on, honey. It comes on. It come full-fledged. Girl, let me tell you. Honey, listen. I can't even explain. My back was hurting so bad. I was about to lose my mind. So when this is happening, we get a knock on the door. And my mom is like, how could that be? And I was like, I don't know. She was like, did you call her father? And I was like, yeah, I told him to go to work. He probably going to work. I need to call him, huh? And she's like, call him. And here he come, walking in the door with some McDonald's. Knowing I'm pregnant. I'm like, where am I? He was like, oh, you can have some if you want some. Where's mine? Mine. I need my own. He sit down on the bed, not saying anything. He's nervous. It's his first time. Listen, he was a nervous wreck. He didn't know what to do. So my back is killing me, and my mom tells my aunt, like, her water broke. My aunt told me she was running around her doctor's office where she worked at like a chicken with her head cut off, like zoom, zoom, zoom. I gotta go, zoom, 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 zoom. So we leave to go to the doctor to see if my water had actually broke. My brother, my older brother, he goes to get my aunt. She stays, I mean, her job is like 10 miles that way. The hospital is 10 miles that way. So he rushes to go and get her. My mom asked me, did I want to ride with my kid's dad or did I want to ride with her? I said I wanted to ride with her. Worst decision of my life. She's driving, and my mom drives like a bat out of hell, okay? And when I say she hit every lump, bump, jump, trump, and I was feeling it all up in here, all down here, I was like, ooh, go slow, go slow. It was awful. It was the worst thing. I kept looking back to see my kid's dad was behind me, and I'm looking back like, oh, it was awful. It was the worst thing ever. So finally we get to the doctor's office, and by the time we get there, my aunt is already like headed towards us. So we get there, and my mom checks me in, and I sit down, and the midwife is like, come on, you can come right, it's gonna be real quick, come on, come right back. So I go in there, she gets me up on the table, I take all my clothes off in all this pain. Listen, I don't know if you've ever had to do this. And I had on a huge t-shirt and sweatpants. It was the most difficult thing. Is that a word? I don't know. It was the worst, trying to get my pants off. The worst. So I get them off, I get up on the table, she's like, okay, I'm gonna check you first, and then I'm gonna do the strip test. You know, she's all calm, and I love her to death. I swear to God, I love her. But she was so calm. It was annoying. She's like, okay, I'm gonna check you to see if you've dilated any, and then I'll check to see if your water broke. She checks, and I was 7 centimeters dilated, okay? 7. And here I am walking around. So she said, okay, oh my God, you're 7 centimeters, you need to be heading to the hospital, but let me just see if your water broke so I can give an accurate report for when you get there. She does the strip test. My water actually broke. Duh. By then, I knew I was having a baby. So I go out there, and it's like the room that she checked me in was in the small, it was right off of the small lobby. So I go, so we leave. First of all, I had to put my pants back on. Awful. I should have wore a dress or something. She gives me like 100 pads, like, put these on so you don't leak everywhere and da 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 da. And then we can see if it's any meconium in your water, all this crap. So she gives me a whole bunch of pads, and I'm off to the hospital. Now the hospital is right, like literally 2 seconds away from the doctor's office, but you have to find parking and stuff. So we parked because I did not want my mom to leave me. And my kid's father, he's still following behind us. He is like, shh, 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 silent, okay, quiet. He's not saying anything. He's nervous. He's a nervous wreck. I don't think he said anything for a really, really long time. So we go and we get to the hospital, and we're asking people, where do we go? They're like, just go to the ER. They'll send you, they'll get you what you need, go to the ER. So the people in the ER, I was like, my doctor, I told the guy when you check in, I said, my doctor sent me here. I'm in labor or whatever. He said, okay, do you need to sit down? You need a wheelchair? And I was like, whatever, I need it. Give it to me. And so I'm sitting there, and I am in so much pain. I don't know what to do. And people are like looking at me like, is she finna have this baby? What is she doing? People are staring at me, so I'm getting first. I'm like trying to hide my face, like, oh my God. So the guy is like, okay, you need to come out of the waiting area. So he takes me like right to the back, and he said, well, you can lay down on this stretcher if it makes you feel better. So I'm laying on a stretcher. Some other guy, doctor guy, walks by, and he was like, what you need to do is you need to breathe like you're blowing out candles. I'm pissed. My aunt, she's there already. My mom, everybody's standing over me like, breathe, and I'm just like in so much pain. So finally, I don't know what happened. Somebody walks by and I was like, are you Ronnie, whatever my last name is? And and they were like, yes. It was like, oh my God, you were supposed to go straight to labor and delivery. I don't know who directed you here. You were supposed to go straight to labor and delivery. So they start pushing me on this stretcher, and I'm just like losing my mind. I am in so much pain. I can't even explain it. So when we finally get to the room, they already had my room pressed up. Everybody was waiting on me. It was so sweet. They were waiting on little old me, because I was supposed to be in labor and delivery, and I was in the ER blowing out candles. So when I get there, it's like one nurse, she's ripping my shirt off. My mom is pulling my pants down, and I'm like, girl, be careful. It was water and stuff down there. Don't get no water on your hands. But everybody is like pulling my clothes off. They get me up on the bed, and my midwife was already there waiting on me. They get me up on the bed, and she goes to check me, and my baby was crowning. Little Kamaya was already crowning. That means her head was already, showing it was already coming through. I was about to have my baby in ER. Her name was gonna be Kamaya ER for real. And I had her just like that. It was like, soon as I got in the room, I gave birth, and she was a healthy little 6-pound baby. Worst experience of my life. No, it was, the best thing that ever happened to me. Her father was there, and he was able to hold her. She was so small, she fit like in his big old hands, and he was so quiet, and you could see the little tear he had to wipe off. And everybody, my mom's first grandchild, everybody is overwhelmed, and I'm just still like sitting there like, I don't know, it's some kind of like something goes on with your hormones or something. After you have a baby, you start shaking and stuff. So I was like shaking and happy and watching the baby and looking and delivering the afterbirth, and everything was great. Little bitty Kamaya was born, my cute little bald-headed baby. But that's the end of my story time. If you want to hear any other labor and delivery stories, I got 5 more I could do. 5. So if you're interested in that, comment down below. And that's it for this video. You know, if you're expecting a child and that's why you ran across this video, you know, it's so much information on YouTube. I felt like I was friends. Me and the girl from Jess's fam were pregnant at the same time, and I felt like we were like this. Me and Jessica, we've been doing this for a long time. Me and her been tight for a long time. So, but I just recommend, just do your research, and it's so many videos on YouTube. It's a lot of girls that do their pregnancy week by week. You can follow them. You know, I liked to follow girls who are like, you know, the same or about as far along as I was, like Tiffany from the Daily Davisons. I watched her a lot when she was pregnant, well, especially when she was pregnant with Jaden, because we were like the same age. So it's so much information out there. Go find it. Go find it. But wait, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff before you go find it. Before you go find that information. And thanks for watching.